Right, hello everyone. Again, welcome to Sunday night HRF1 round 12 of the season. We're at round 12. Have I got that right? I think it's round 12. Whatever round it is, it's similar. Um, Short qualifying, 50% race. Will it be raining? Literally, the last four races I think I've had it Imola have all been rain sodden. So we will see if that happens again. What do we got in a moment? 16 at the moment. Is that what we're expecting? Are we expecting some more? It's decent turnout in a way. Should make for a good race. But right, anyway, I've got to get into the stream on my phone and do all the sharing about. All that jazz. Run away, run away. Right, here we go. There's one place. That's the actual league that we're doing. They probably like the link themselves, so yeah, let's give it to them. Mark TB, and there we go. Stick it in wife as well. They always like a little link to go to every now and again. Plus, Whale quite often works Sunday night, so if he's in work, sometimes he needs something to do, so he likes to have a link sometimes. Come and say hi. Anybody else? I think that's it for now. I've still got. I keep meaning to sort out a sort of mini network between all my leagues where I can share between all of them if they all agree, or at least whichever leagues agree. But I keep forgetting to sort it out. I must get on that. I don't like sharing into leagues if they haven't agreed it previously. So, anywho, Millard, we're waiting for you. Hurry up. We're up to 17 now, and we're waiting for Millard. We must remember Yeet Enjoyer, by the way, is that's not a new driver to HRF1. That is Scody. It's a fast boy. He is, and yeah. Other than that, Massey pretty much dominating the Sunday Night Championship at the moment. Let's have a quick look at that, shall we? Something to do while we're waiting for him to get ready. So, drivers standings yet. Massey leads the way on 271. The Gooners P2 on 217. Whoopi 195. Jardinho, who was the early big challenger to Massey, unfortunately has dropped down to P4 now on 170, and then unless I'm being completely blind, I don't think he's with us here tonight. Oh yeah, I am being completely blind. There he is. Sorry, Chaldinho. Then Junkie Emperor in a very respectable fifth of 152 points. Hunter as well, 144. Then we start going down a bit. Who's that? I can't read that. Oh, X11. 118. A group of drivers actually. From 7th to 11th. X11 on 118. 115 for Chris. 113 for Vlungis. 107 for Chitvan. And 107 for Twiglet as well. It's a little bit of a battle of pride going on there between them. Constructors Championship. McLaren lead the way on 369 with just a short gap to Red Bull, who are on 339. So I say short gap, by the way, it's 30 points, but with it being 40 points for a win, 32 points second, that is still a pretty short gap. Williams very much still in the fight on 291 in third. Then joint on points in fourth and fifth are Alfa Romeo and Ferrari, both on 247. So, all looking good at the minute. Definitely waiting for Millard, as literally everybody is saying his name. Oh well, looks like he must have fallen asleep or something, guys. And it's go time, as says by Lithuanian. So, Imola. What can we say about Imola? Right, there we go. That's me off of Discord in a way, and concentrate on this. So, people starting to ready up. It is indeed go time. If Millard don't make it, he don't make it, unfortunately. But we've still got 17 on the grid, which is a very nice turnout. Late in the season as well now. So, just have a look at what round it is actually, because that's going to annoy me. Ooh. Right. Okay, so I can never find things when I need them on Discord. There we go. So yeah, we can't be on race 12, can we? Because it's only a 12 race season, and we're not on the last race. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Race 9 of the season. I have to amend. I'll have to edit the stream name. So I'm pretty sure I had race 12. Race 9 of the season, Imola. There will only be another 3 races then after this, and they are Brazil next week, Saudi Arabia the week after, and Abu Dhabi for the final race of the season, as it should be. And I'm interested actually. I got a sneaky feeling, guys, we might get a bit of game news for F1 23 by then. I'm not expecting it. I don't get too excited. I'm not expecting it to be released by then. I'm just saying we might get a bit of game news by then. So we're on track finally. Here we are. First, it's a Haas. And it's Dynavites. On track first, so let's see what he could do. As I say, remember, a short qualifying session. I don't know the weather, so clearly it's dry for qualifying, but we'll have to see whether it's the same for the race when we get there. So. Around anyway. I'm actually thinking I might do the hilly hot lap with Dynavites. I don't think I've done it with him before, so that is out first as well. So he's on board as he swerves left and right to heat those tyres up to the end of the out lap. And, fast and furious track is Imola, no doubt about that. It's quick turns, fast paced chicanes as you head down. DRS open, then down to turn 1, which is the first chicane, and the fourth. Some might take it in fifth, come out, Let's get a good exit. Could have done better, but obviously just first run, important to get the time on the board. Second chicane, again, good exit. Gets a good run up to the hairpin. Down the second for the hairpin. Opens up the steering for a good exit again. That is the key to this track, is getting good exits out the corners all the way round. Fast left-hander, usually taking in 5th or 6th. Keep it to the left, ready for this difficult Aquamarina, I think it's called, or something like that. Right-hander. Difficult because the traction isn't there on the exit, because you exit on an uphill. And then our final chicane of Imola. So you've got to attack it. It's not easy. You've got to attack that chicane. If you don't, you can lose a good half a second just for not being aggressive enough through there. If you don't believe me, do time trial and just dawdle through it, see how much time you lose. So coming up to the line, and Dino Vitus gets us underway with a 17.0, which is respectable for the first lap. I think just a bit of time in the first sector. The longest 16.7 immediately beats that, so Dino Vitus clearly more time in the locker, in my opinion. It's there we get Sancho Dino 16.8, goes P2 for the moment. Lycoria 17.6, Ronaldo 18.4. Oh, Wallace is round, and Crisp has picked up a grid penalty for having a collision with Wallace. Oh, what's going on there then? Very odd. Wallace keeping to the grass, I think, to let whoever that was through. That was a McLaren. Yeah, that was the Gooner. So, the Gooner through. And he comes to cross the line now. 1:16.4. Puts you in P2. Scody or Yeet Enjoyer 15.8. Which is a very strong lap on a first lap. Goodness me. Oh, try to get it then. Oh no, he's invalidated. Okay. Somebody else jumped up then. I think that was Hunter 1:17.0. Massey on his first run. Yeah, only Junkie Emperor on a lap as well, and he's earlier in the lap, so I'll stick with Massey. Here it comes. Down to the final couple of corners. Looking decent. Comes up the DRS. Across the line, 1:16.1. Again, just like Scurdy, that is a very good lap for your first run. In a short quali here at Imola, that's a very good lap. Junkie Emperor across the line. He goes P7 on a 17.0. 1,000th of a second between him and Dinobites. And Swiglet out the final corner then on his first run. And it's going to be a low 18, I think. Yeah, 18.0. Puts him P11 for the moment. Clements, another one of the drivers that has good pace. And he's on a 17.0, puts him in P7. And just Ronaldo off track, but I think he's gone out there to get out of the way of whoever that was. It's like a Ferrari to me. Yeah, it was X11, okay. So X11 is onto a lap. Much better through the second chicane. So you've got to keep it left. You've got to attack the first part of the corner, but keep it to the left so that you open up the exit in the second part. So it's a lot easier to sit here saying that on commentary than it is to be out there doing it. That's the only thing. hello to all of you out there, by the way. There's some more join now, so thank you for joining, guys. Comes in through the final corner where X11 go. That last couple of weeks, like X11 is starting to regain some form. So 17-3 from there. He's capable of a lot quicker than that, so I think we'll see that before the end of the session. Bowden just coming into the final chicane. Takes that reasonably nicely, a little bit wide on exit. And here it goes then. And what happened there then? Ah, there we go, 117.3. Ruffy has left the session, that's not good news. I'm pretty sure he was the host. It's never usually good news. Saying that he's on multiplayer Imola. I'll send him a invite anyway. So, anyway, sorry, where are we? Yeah, he's not improving. Take Wi-Fi off the phone again. It's clearly interrupts him a bit. So up here, there's Whoopi joining back. He's Enjoyer then, or Scody. Well, this is going to be a big lap. 1:15.560 from. I've got to keep calling you Scody. I'm sorry, man. I can't get used to that. Scody. Massey starts the lap then. So 5.5 attempts is the gap between him and Scody. Obviously Scody's had his second run, Massey just starting it. And that's the end of set to 1 and already gained a tenth and a half. That would already put him in the 115s. Looking at Scody, that was Scody. That was over on the right hand side of the track there. But fortunately, Massey doesn't get right hander right, runs out wide, and that will ruin his lap. So whether he could cool down to do another lap immediately or whether it just be straight into the pits, we'll see. The Gooner out of the final chicane eyes and validated his lap in a way. Bonavides into the pits, Chardinho. That's the end of set to 1. Bit down in set to 1. Out wide. That hurt his lap time. He would have to not get a. Yeah, he's 3 tenths down now, so it's the end of that one. Unless we got out there, Junkie Emperor is on a slight improvement. Emperor's P6 on a 16.7. That from him. Next, Chardinho's been round. That's the penultimate corner. Whoopi slightly down in set to 1, but next to nothing. Still down in set to 2, Whoopi. So Yeah, and then invalidates out the chicane, so not happening on that lap for him. Bowden, 2 tenths up through sets of 1. And the improvement to start the lap. So, Scody, if you're listening, do not come out on those intermediate tyres that you just put on the car, please. If you do, you will get a penalty. 7 tenths improvement from Bowden. He is. He's exiting on those intermediates, isn't he? It's going to be a penalty. Yeah. Well, Bowden crosses the line. 8 tenths improvement. P5. I'll make sure I get this in the stream so you can clearly see it. I don't get that at all, why he's done this. Well, he's sitting in P1 and he's going out for absolutely no reason on intermediate tyres. Sorry, I'll just type into Scody. Wallace has gone into P7. Yeah, not still going again. I didn't expect him to be. Yeah, so just to clarify, Scody is not only gone out on the inters, he stayed out an extra lap as well, so it's not as if he's gone out accidentally and then come back in again. Oh, Wallace, don't get a DSQ for it. It's, something's happened, mate, and you can't, you know, it's not your fault. Oh, I've just noticed it is raining. That is absolutely typical. I typed to Scody, tell him off, and then I noticed the rain on the very next screen. Hang on. Right, okay, sorry to sort of be away for a moment there, guys. A little bit going on in Discord, so just seeing into that, and back with you here. But obviously this rain is effectively putting an end to qualification, because they're not going to be able to improve the laps they've already done. So it's going to be the Enjoyer or Scody, as we know him better, on pole. Massey P2, Chris P3, Laguna 4, Volungus 5, Bowden 6, Chardino 7, Wallace in 8, X11 in 9, Junkie in 10, Dinobites 11, Ricky 12, Kevin's 13, Hunter 14, Lycorius 15, Twiglet 16, and Ronaldo 17. Okay, and just to say, we're going to be doing a lobby restart, and there we go. So Chris qualifies P3, but has a 5-place grid penalty. Whether I'll remove that, I don't know. But that's up to the guys that are running the league. Um, yeah. But as I say, we are going to be doing a restart because the Whoopee, unfortunately, the game got kicked from the session, which means the host has moved on. And the problem is you could get 6-7 laps in and it starts causing problems. So I think actually it's probably a good call just to restart the lobby now and go from there. So rather than having issues later on. So there we go, guys. That's the qualifying finished. Did I do instance? I did, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. All on one screen there. Right, guys. So we will be back. In just sorry, we will be back in a few moments. Obviously, drivers will need a bit of time to do their setups and strategies and all that sort of thing. So I'll be back with you in a bit. Don't go anywhere. Get yourselves a cup of tea or coffee or whatever. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll see you then. Right, guys, back with you. We are back in the lobby then, we're getting going, but any drivers out there, don't ready up. For goodness sake, please don't ready up. Don't forget to do your setups, your strategies, your whatever else you got to do. And we'll get going. When Daguna tells you, please. So I expect to allow a couple of minutes, guys, just to allow a chance to do this. Okay, thanks to you guys that have stayed with me through. So, 32 laps of Imola, you'd expect drivers to be doing a one-stop medium hard or hard medium. There shouldn't really be any other strategies. You might see one or two drivers doing soft to hard, or hard to soft, but it's not completely ideal. But it can work. It's just the problem with Imola being that the pit lane is, well, it's not a pit lane. It's basically a pit stop just takes forever around here. So you can't stop twice because you just don't have enough laps to be able to make up that time. So it's going to be a one stop. The only thing that can change that, of course, is a safety car at a certain time. Now, as always, with your strategy, you've got to weigh up the risk of the safety car, I guess. It is beneficial if you start hards and go to mediums. It's definitely beneficial, but obviously if a safety car happens too early, then the medium tire drivers can switch to the hards and go to the end without pitting again. Whereas the hard drivers won't be able to pit because the mediums won't make it to the end. So you've got to weigh up your options basically. The grid itself is a good grid of drivers, so there's every chance they'll get through this race without a safety car. Imola's not a guaranteed safety car. It sees an average of about 2.3, 2.4 safety cars. So say it's one of those. It will have plenty of races where it gets more than a 2.3, 2.4, and it will have plenty of races where it don't get any. So you get that sort of average. Oh, why are people leaving the session now? Are we stuck? What's going on? There's another restart. Nobody knows what's going on. This is fun. threaten? Ah. Right, guys. So we're just say it's another restart. So just waiting for people to get in so that the admin can do the grid. Right, so everybody's readying up again, and we are gonna go back in. So hopefully this time everybody does the setups. Oh, it's bloody freezing. Right, guys, just waiting for the shout out to go. Well, go out. So, hello, Craig. Nice to hear from you. Sorry, I don't know how long that's been there. I apologise, that's been there a while. It's, sorry, guys, I didn't write a War and Peace thing about stuff that we could cover while we were waiting for it to get started. So, sorry for the dead air.
The one at the airfield's the one that used to be in Coronation Street. Getting a bit close.
Right, okay, so we're away on the formation lap. Tyres. So important. So nobody has suggested nobody's gone for the soft to hard. So you could be going hard to soft, but it is an option. But the medium to hard or hard to medium, definitely the more popular. So top 5 drivers on the mediums. Then we got Chardino and Wallace, the two Alfa Romeos, both starting on the hards. Don't know who that was. Some car just flew off the track. Crisp on the mediums, along with X11, Junkie Emperor on hards. Dynavites mediums, Whoopi, Clements, and Hunter on hards. Vicorious mediums, Twiglet on hards, and Ronaldo on mediums. Just wait for them to come round, and honestly don't understand what people do. What's that all about? So bad on the stream. Right then, let's go with Volungus starting P4. Unfortunately, Chris did have to have his 5-place grid penalty, so he's in P8. All lights are on, out they go. And away we go. Start from the top 4, Massey into P1. Ooh, just puts it on the outside of the Gooner, that's going to compromise him. And he's going to come under attack from Chardinho. And ultimately he has to let through, and I think he's going to get taken by Wallace as well. So, good driver to choose to be on start with. And and I think the two has just made contact. And Bowden has ended up round and drops to the back. It's Crisp gets ahead of. Did get ahead of Junkie there, but or somebody, but he's dropped back down to 11th. So, apart from that little spin between the two Hasses, then, which has put Bowden down to the back by about 4 seconds. Other than that, everybody else away safely. Good to see everybody getting through turn 1 safely, because that is a bit of a nightmare. Nice driving between Enjoyer and Massey. Massey gets a run back on him now, though. Oh, Junkie Emperor just left the session. See if I can get him back. Massey gets P1 back. So it looks like Massey might be running a lower wing. So you can see the top 3 guys already starting to pull a bit of a gap to those behind. Behind is the 2 Alfa Romeos that started on hards, of course, so you kind of expect them to maybe drop back a little bit, but if they can stay where they are, and of course move on to the mediums later in the race, they'll be in a fantastic position. These two continuing. Oh, but one of the Alfa Romeos has spun. Chardinho. I think that was coming out of the... Yeah, it was coming out of the right-hander as Junkie Emperor joins back. He's lost a bit as Junkie, but not masses, so it could have been worse. But hopefully he gets control of the car quickly now. Back onto the straight then, and now this time Enjoyer looks to be getting a run. So it's not so much the wing then, it seems to be the toe, although then Massey gets it back in front. So I do think Massey's running a lower wing. I just don't think it's by much. I think it's just a little bit lower. You can see then when Enjoyer came out of the toe to look to go past, he lost the overspeed again. So, but of course this time round the RS will be active, so that should give Enjoyer the extra bit of pace he needs to do it on the straight. Just to mention that Bowden's already caught up back up to the... Oh, I would say that, wouldn't I? And something happens, I think him and Chardinho, or... Yeah, I think either Bowden or Chardinho happened to spin at the same place, or they had a contact, and I think it's given us a VFC. Yeah, it is. There, it's flashing on the right-hand side. Any medium tyres gonna take a risk? It's very early, and it's only a virtual, so I can't imagine they will. Could potentially have taken a risk, but the worry as well is always that if you do decide to pit under a VSC, that the bloody thing finishes just after you enter the pit lane, so you don't really gain anything. We are away again. And Una very much still on the back of the front two, sticking with them. And Wallace as well, and currently in P4 on the hard tyres, so in a very nice position. So his tyre advantage comes later in the race. Should be a good one as Dino Vites gets ahead of X11. So will X11 get an opportunity back with the DRS? Yeah, starting the game now, and and in fact, Dino Vites rear light already flashing. That's not a good sign. Not easy to gain the RS back at Imola, so Dino Vites is going to get a run back here. Head into second chicane. Oh, he's off track, gains the position. Is he going to have to give that back? Oh, and then there's a bit of contact with Kellens. Enjoyer sets fastest lap of the race. He's not close enough on this lap to get past on the straight, so stick where we are. There's X11 then. Another chance to go back ahead of Dino Vites. Dino Vites gets very close to the gearbox, but didn't make contact, and X11 gets that move done nicely as somebody's dropping down. It's Crisp. It's spun out of turn 3, I think. Yeah, turn 3. And he's going to cool those tyres down, I think, before he can properly get moving again. Chardinho, by the way, has dropped 50 seconds off. He's had to pit. That gives you an idea of how long a pit stop is. It's such a ridiculous gap. Obviously, he must have picked up damage. We knew he spun and he must have picked up damage or something, but to find himself that far down just because he's had to get back to the pits and then take a stop presumably for a new front wing. Here comes then a move for the lead, and I think Massey will know there's not a whole lot he could do on this occasion. With the DRS open, this is going to be done. Still semi alongside his Massey, but I think he realised he wasn't alongside enough to warrant actually making a defensive move there. So you enjoy her into P1 then. Massey does have an energy advantage at the moment. He will know that because the light on the back of the Enjoyer's car is flashing because it's under 10%. So Massey will know that. But, yeah, I've just got that feeling that Massey is running the lower wing, and therefore the Enjoyer is quicker through the corners. And look, you see there, Massey gained about half a tenth there, just over. Then loses again through the corners, look. So he's still within DRS range. He's going to end up, with his speed advantage as well, he's going to end up pretty close to the back of the AlphaTauri. Problem for Massey, I think, moving forward in this race is going to be holding on to the AlphaTauri through the sort of corners on the circuit. see, since I said Massey's got a energy advantage, he's burned quite a lot of that. Staying within the second. And he has fallen out to 1 second now. Wallace is first to pick up a penalty. Still doing very nicely on those hard tyres, by the way. Just 1.9 seconds off the Gunner who's in P3. Oh, and I think that's Jardinho's retired in the pits, I believe. Yeah, he has. So, Jardinho out of this race. And he leaves the session. So, Wallace there, 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, 1.4. Goodness me, gained a lot of time on the Gunner down the straight. Oh, the Gunner's made a mistake. Coming out of free. And I think that's lost him his whole wing. Yeah, I can't see. There's no front wing on that McLaren. So Wallace threw into P3. And all the Gunner could do is try and recover round to the pits as quickly as he can. So as not to fall. I mean, ultimately when he pits, he will fall down to the back if they're still running. But obviously he doesn't want the gap to be too big. He wants to be able to recover as high up the field as he can. Well, I'll tell you what, one man that won't mind this is Wallace. Obviously, longest getting held up there. So Wallace is going to be looking at this and thinking, my God, I've now got a 4.5 second gap back to P4 all of a sudden. So I'm now on the podium and I've got 4.5 second gap back to the car behind. Beautiful. X11, by the way, has become the second driver to pick up a penalty. And the Gunner in the pits, as I said, he does drop down to the back, but he will still be. He will make up a lot of places when others pit. So it's such a long pit stop around here. I still think that when everybody else is pitted, I still think he's going to come out in a roundabout Whoopi in P7, Clements P8, P7 P8, that sort of area. And he's going to have a bit of time, of course, with fresh tyres, so he might make up some time as well. So let's look at Lycorius there, 2 Alpines. Quietly going about their business in handy positions at the moment, 11 and 12. Got Bowden close to the back of them as well. Little train going on here. So Bowden here. And if you look behind, you can see just Chris just there in the background, so not very far behind. It's 2.3. Bowden gets onto the back of the Lycorius. Not the most ideal part of the circuit to be able to make a move, so Bowden couldn't take any advantage of that, but do see this chicane as a half chance, but oh, he's gone in there way too hot, and well, honestly, Lycorius, I think there Lycorius shows absolutely incredible awareness to realise that Bowden goes in too hot and doesn't turn in on him. But that was not good from Bowden on that occasion. As Bowden is into the pits as well. And so I think this is our first scheduled stop. Why did he even make the move in the chicane if he's going to pit at the end of the lap anyway? Smacked sometimes by some of the decisions. He's gone on to mediums, so he's two-stopping. Ah well, each to their own, I suppose. Anyway, his teammate Dynavites is currently on the back of X11 and trying to put the Ferrari man under some pressure. The X11 does have a penalty, but it's very early in the race to be thinking about gaining a place at the end via a penalty. He definitely wants to get past if he can. He's got what you are getting now, by the way, is the hard tyres are becoming the stronger tyre now. So Whoopi, in fact, the next 3 cars, but oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars behind are the hard tyre drivers. Apart from Wallace, of course, he's up in P3. Now he's got a tyre advantage over the 2 cars ahead of him now, Wallace, but they are, of course, very quick drivers, Newton Joyer and Massey. So with the tyre advantage, it's hard for him to catch, but maybe a different story later in the race when he goes to mediums. Make it interesting if he was to start closing the gap later in the race. So obviously he does have the penalty as well, but don't worry about that till the end of the race. So it does look like we're in a bit of a stalemate behind Valungus at the moment. So all sector 1 yellow, I think it's the Gooner. It is. I don't know whether it's the same corner or whether that was turn 2 coming out of the chicane. And Massey's in. So Massey pits from P2. Wallace moves into P2. And Massey, say, pits from P2. And close as to whether he gets out ahead of Junkie. No, I don't think he is going to be close. I think Junkie's going to fly past. He does indeed. Hunter does. There you are. So Massey comes out there, drops all the way from P2 to P11 with that stop. Just shows you how long it is, doesn't it? So he starts to heat those hards up a little bit quicker. He's let's see if we can take advantage now. Will Eaton Joyer. He doesn't have to pit immediately. Eaton Joyer. He had a 5-second gap when Massey pitted, so ultimately he can pit. But going on the fact that he had about a 5-second gap, I think he pretty much comes out just ahead of Hunter, and he has pitted. So in comes Eaton Joyer. So I think he comes out just ahead of Hunter here. He's just come out the final chicane, so again, it just goes to show how long this pit stop is. So Wallace leads. Jory making his way down. He is going to come out a bit further. Oh, well, I see a couple of other drivers have pitted actually. So, but yeah, he did come out a bit further up than I thought. So he come out ahead of Junkie Emperor. It's the car ahead of Hunter, so yellow flag showing. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. So ultimately, yeah. So Massey did gain a bit of time back on Eaton Joyer, but of course there's cars in between them who are on worn hard, so there's going to be traffic, which ultimately is going to work in Eaton Joyer's favour. can see, look at that. That's the difference between worn tyres and fresh. That's like so much later. He nearly ends up in the back of the Ferrari there. Just about managed to remember it, or to avoid. Sorry. Final corner, and yeah, I was going to say, I think the Ferrari's going to go in a way. But what that does mean is it has given Newton Joyer a nice bit of DRS. So the gap between Wallace, by the way, and Newton Joyer at the moment is 8.5, 9, about 16.5 seconds. So yeah, I would say that still means that Newton Joyer's around about 10 seconds ahead. So yeah, 26, 27 seconds of pit stop here. I think that sounds about right. It's 11 exiting. Bowden goes through. Bowden, of course, is on the 2-stop. So, always good to see somebody try something different, isn't it? We like to see that, but ultimately, doesn't look like that's going to pay off for Bowden. I don't quite know how, but Whoopi's managed to catch the back of Wallace here. This is genuinely position. Well, I don't know what that yellow flag was, did I? So maybe it was Wallace, because he had a big lead. Yeah, it must be actually, because Joyer all of a sudden is only 7 seconds behind, so that must have been what it was. Kemmons is in. He goes to mediums. It's Hunter on the back of Massey, but of course Massey's on the fresh hard, so he's going to be a fine there. Kemmons has exited then, he's come out in P10 just behind Donavites. Both looking to go to the end of this race. So yeah, I think Kemmons was the first of the hard tyre pit starters to pit, so he's looking to get an undercut advantage, I guess, on the other hard starters. Whoopi now. Oh, they're coming in same lap. So, Newton Joyer will retake the lead of this race then, as we knew. So, yeah. Oh, and Junkie Emperor pits same lap as well. Massey will go back into P2. Hunter stays out, so he takes P3 for the moment. Twiglet in 4. As Wallace, Whoopi, and Junkie. Well, Wallace and Whoopi are going to exit the pits together. And there's a Ferrari. That's Valungis who's pitted. So that is for position. And he undercuts Wallace and Whoopi up into P5. But ultimately, that is for P3. As the two drivers directly ahead still have to pit. So now, that's great for Valungis. He's taken track position, but ultimately, he's got to fight 3 drivers off who are all on fresh mediums, so it's not going to be easy. Kemmons here has, of course, done a lap on his medium, so he's hoping. So that's obviously why Wallace and Whoopi both pitted same lap, because they were reacting to what Kemmons had done the previous lap with pitting. Trying to negate that undercut. It looks like it's worked. So the tyres should be manageable now. They should be in a temperature range which is manageable. As both Hunter and Twiglet pit ahead, so it looks like Valungis will take P3. There he goes. Oh, what's happening? Oh, for sake. Sorry, guys, that's not a game thing. Well, I don't know. It crashed. We crashed. I'll get in as quick as I can. Actually, that's the second time the game's crashed for me in recent times. It crashed 2 or 3 weeks ago as well. That's the only 2 times it's ever done that. Let's go. There we go. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Craig, about that. It'd be more interesting than today's race. I didn't watch the race, but I was keeping up with it, and it did seem a bit boring. Apart from Alonso, really, that was the start. That was the big thing, I guess. But yeah, just looks like same old, same old. Red Bull look like they're an absolute mile in front, don't they? Quite frankly, it's just going to be Verstappen winning the championship with Perez helping him win the constructors. So, anyway, we're back in to our race. You are now enjoying an 11-second lead over Massey, who's also in turn enjoying an 11-second lead over Wallace, who's managed to... So that's the change that's happened. So Wallace has gotten ahead of Volungis, but of course he needs to pull a gap to make up for his penalty. What have I just done there? Yeah, so just making sure now that everybody has pitted. So yeah, they have. Ronaldo's just pitted. He's going on to the mediums, so he's the final pitter. And oh, what was that going on there? That was Whoopi and Clements. Whoopi to the outside of Clements with a hairpin. Can he get a better exit on the high line? He does indeed. And so Whoopi through. So that was another thing that had happened then, wasn't it? So at some point Clements must have gotten past Whoopi. But Whoopi now retaking his place. But again, Whoopi does have a penalty. So ultimately, Clements be needing to hold on to him. To take that position at the end of the race. And Wallace is pulling away from Volungis. So not only is he on mediums, but the 3 laps younger than Volungis' hards as well. So he really does have an advantage, and he's going to want to take advantage of that at this point, because even though his mediums are 3 laps younger, at the end of this race, they'll probably last only the last 2 laps, I'd imagine. Volungis his hards will become strong enough that Wallace can't get away anymore. So yeah, Wallace has got to do the hard work now to secure that P3 for me. Oh, that's right. That's inside curve for Whoopi there. That is not a curve you particularly want to be touching. Yeah, I think Whoopi just got to bide your time here. You know what the DRS zone is like down into turn 1, so I think just bide your time. It's better than anything that's spun round. Yeah, he's got a good exit here, Whoopi, as well, so that's going to keep him nice and close for Volungis going on to the main straight. It just means too good in the final corner there. He really don't want to end up stuck another lap behind Volungis. He's obviously... I think he is, you know. I don't think he's going to get far enough, is he? Bit of contact between the two, and Whoopi picks up another 3 seconds for that. And he doesn't get the position, so Kemmons is having a go at Whoopi now, and through he goes. So Kemmons taking advantage, but I think that the little bit of contact must have got him, just knocked him off balance enough to allow Kemmons to run, and Kemmons has taken full advantage of that, and Whoopi now finds himself in a position he really didn't want to be in. Not only did he not get the position on that lap, he picks up an extra 3 seconds, so that hurts. Dinovites, who's caught onto the back of this group, won't mind, that's for sure. Now, Yeet and Joy are left then, but there's nothing I can do for him. He's yeah, no, there's nothing I could do. Nothing happens when I press view gamer cards. He's a PC player. There's nothing I can do. I can't invite people on EA Friends, if just so I can show that I'm not just making that up. I just want to make sure. Invites request, nothing there. And if I go to invite friend, there is absolutely nothing there. Although I just saw at the bottom of the screen that he's joined back as Valungus and Kemmons end up round. Oh, boys, what have you done? Battle was going so well. As Bowden picks up 3 seconds. And that's allowed Dinovites through into 5th, Whoopi into 4th. So Whoopi ends up with that position. And the contact was just about enough as well that it means these guys are outside of the 6 seconds to Whoopi now. Oh, boys. Fortunately, I was doing the thing with Yeet and Joya, so I don't know what happened there, but okay, it looked like it was probably contact into turn 1. There we go. As we get yellow flags appear in sector 2 and 3. Actually, no idea why. I think there might be a back marker in this group. Yeah, I think Ronaldo was, look, but they're past him now, so I think that's what was causing that yellow flag, actually. So I think we're okay now. Anyway, let's go to a battle. So now Junkie Emperor's in a battle with Valungus. Has a run down to turn 1. Yeah, Craig, it's just I can't invite people that aren't on Xbox, PC or PlayStation players. I can't invite them. My EA Friends thingy doesn't work. I'm told it's because I got, you know, without blowing me trumpet ears, I'm told it's because I got too many friends, but I don't know whether that's true or not. Bowden making his 2nd stop, by the way, so he was indeed on a 2-stop, as Hunter has ended up round at the 2nd chicane. And I think somebody else had a Symphony spin at the 1st chicane at the same time. I think it was Crisp. Just load Bowden onto the back of him. So Bowden onto the softs for the remainder of this race. Great chance to pick up fastest lap for the day, but he also looks to see how far he can recover. Yeah, it must be Crick. That's what it is. Greatest name in the world, I told you. Don't think it's going to take Bowden long here. On the pit straight with the grip that these soft tyres will give him, plus DRS, plus, well, he's got some ERS. Ronaldo with tyres. Oh, he's crashed. He's crashed, and it's... Yeah, that is a safety car. It's a full safety car. Wow. There are a lot of drivers on track that will not be happy to see that. That have got penalties. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, Yeet and Joy are into the pits. I think Massey will as well. I don't think he can hold out any hope of staying ahead of Yeet and Joy with the amount of laps left if he stays out. So we'll have to follow him in as well. Wallace. Yeah, ultimately. As well, I think everybody is. I don't really see anyone in this list of drivers that may say, well, Bowden, I suppose, would use it as a way of making up a few places. But other than that, well, somebody stayed out. Who is it? Kemments and Junkie Emperor have both stayed out. So they move into P3 and P4, but they're going to struggle. I have to say, actually, that's probably a really good shout from Kemments, because obviously he knows he's going to be under attack for the rest of the race, but the guys that have got to attack him have all got penalties, so it's not a bad shout. Whether it ends up being the right one, we'll find out, but I think that's a good shout from Kemments. The reason I'm saying Kemments and not Junkie Emperor is because Junkie has a penalty, so I don't know. It could end up, well, yeah. Ultimately, if you end up gaining one place from it, or not losing any places, it was the right shout, wasn't it? So, we shall see. No. What do you reckon, Craig? Should I bring out the penalties now? Or leave it until sort of lap 31, 30, 31? All I know is that Wolfie's definitely got more than 3 seconds. He must have at least 6. But I think Wallace has still only got the 3 seconds. I haven't seen anything else come up. I think the Gooner as well will be pretty happy to see a safety car. You know, obviously he's limited to what he can do on the restart because everybody else is on the softs as well now, pretty much. But he is penalty free, so that could serve him nicely. So looking down at the track map, Crisp with a little way to go. I'm just trying to work this out. I think everybody then is on the lead lap. So before he crashed, Ronaldo wasn't, but I think everybody else is. So yeah, Crisp. So yeah, so it's just going to be a quick sprint to the line for the whole grid. The whole grid that's left, the 15 drivers left. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Craig. Leave it to the end. It's more exciting because if you find out that someone's got 12 seconds of penalties, it just completely ruins the battle they're in. So, yeah, I agree. Leave it to the end and see what happens as they cross the line, in my opinion. So, it's going to give us a bit of a grandstand finish, at least. And but as a driver, I have to say, if you're doing well in a race and this happens, it's so frustrating. I can't even begin. Well, if you're watching this, you're probably a driver yourself, so you probably know. But obviously, Craig, I know you're a driver, so I'm talking to the other people that are watching there. But yeah, it's going to be one of the most frustrating things. You're on the podium or something like that, and you've really done well through the race, you've earned it, and then all of a sudden a safety car comes out. And I guess if you got a penalty, then it's even worse. But Junkie Emperor and Kemments, then we will see if it works out for them. I guess it's always good if somebody takes the plunge, and these two have, and so is Twiglet, by the way. It's currently in P7. See how from Wallace. So he did pit, getting involved immediately, trying to get those positions. And McLaren runs wide. That's Junkie Emperor. And so what's happening here then? So Kemments still stays P3. Oh, there's crashing at back. Massey's out. Massey's out. So Massey must have spun. whether it was with contact or not, and but he's definitely picked up others as well. Oh my goodness me, that's what nobody likes of restart. I think there was contact between Massey and Yeaton Joyer because Wallace has taken the lead all of a sudden. Yeah, that was definitely contact, and Massey is not happy in the Discord. Goodness me. And Massey, if you're listening, please put the ticket in. Well, you know what to do. You've been around long enough. Wallace sets fastest lap of the race so far. Just trying to work out. I don't think Joy has any damage. So at the moment, then Kement's in P4, Junkie P5. Things still working out for them. Twiglet's in 6 as well. So things still working out, but Dinovites, say, definitely got caught up in whatever happened there. Oh, and he's retired in the pits. Okay. Bowden picks up 3 seconds. Not ideal at this late stage. So oh. Well, that, in my opinion, was 2 whacks that Yeaton Joyer deserved then. Round the outside of that chicane. It's just stupid. Well, I think that was 2 very much deserved whacks to say, not there, mate. Not there. DRS enabled. That's just dropped him back. It's I can't believe how much DR energy people use. Anybody got any energy left? No. No's the answer. Nobody has any energy left. So I did say earlier on, it is a track that it's difficult to gain energy back around there. This Twiglet is coming under pressure now from X11. Oh, Wallace picks up an extra penalty. That could end up seeing him off the podium. I don't know, because Whoopi, we know, has got a penalty of at least 6 seconds. And they're at turn 1 already, so Yeaton Joyer, I think Yeaton Joyer might have actually decided, I'm just going to sit behind after getting a couple of whacks at that chicane. He's staying behind. So X11 anyway gets through past Twiglet. And yeah, I think Yeaton Joyer ultimately has decided he's going to sit behind, take on the penalties, but obviously that depends. I've absolutely no idea what happened with Massey, so I can only assume as he lost, Yeaton Joyer drops behind Wallace, that him and Massey had contact, but clearly Massey not happy with driving from someone, but I don't know who. So Victorious could be set to gain a fair few places here with all those penalties ahead of him. So they're coming up to the line. Let's get the penalties up. So it's 6 seconds for Wallace, so he's going to drop down with Whoopi. So Yeaton Joyer wins. Hemmants gets promoted to P2. I think Wallace then holds on to the podium. So P3, Whoopi P4, Junkie P5. Lycorius jumps all the way to P6. Brilliant. What a result for Lycorius that is. And well deserved, because you stayed penalty free, man. So well deserved. Okay, Massey says GG Scody, great drive. Less said about others the better. So obviously, Scody wasn't the one responsible for the contact. So, yeah, there we go. So, there they are on the podium in a way. And what a shame. Obviously, Massey, don't forget, make sure you submit anything you got, please. And, see, podium celebrations. Not going to watch the whole thing. Let's just see this little bit. Celebrate. We've seen this celebration and that. So there we go. That's the podium celebrations. So Yeaton Joyer as well, or Scody, whichever you want to call him, picks up fastest lap as well with a 1:17.969. Kement sends up P2, penalty free. I think probably, yeah, I think he takes my driver of the day, or, well, my vote as well. Wallace P3, Whoopi P4, Junkie P5. So stayed out. Well, him and Kevin stayed out on those mediums. So what a shout that was. Actually, Kevin's definitely gets my driver of the day. What a strategy choice that was. Lycorius at the end as well, being penalty free, jumped multiple positions up to P6. Great result for him. And I'm just going to scroll through the rest of them because I need to try and get through the instance as well. So scroll through, hopefully, so we've got them for the stewards in case they're needed. Quick. Yes, got all the way to the bottom. There we go. Excellent. Right, okay, guys. It was a bit of a scrappy Imola at the end, in a way. The rest of it was fine, but it was just a bit scrappy at the end. Yeah, not a lot to say. Massey, I was sorry for you, man. Yeah, Taguna was struggling there, and he's your closest rival in the championship, so may just keep the championship alive a little bit. So that's from our point of view as spectators, it's somewhat to take out of it. But yeah, it's one of those things. So we go into the final three races. So as I said earlier on, next week we are. Am I going to remember this? Next week we are at. Was it Jeddah? I can't remember. I really can't remember. Calendar. So sorry, no, yeah, it's Brazil next week. Then it's Jeddah, and then Abu Dhabi. So three great races left. Brazil, the track on the calendar that has the most overtakes. That is in real life, by the way. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much to everybody that's watched live. Craig, thank you very much as well. Didn't chat with me. Yeah, congratulations to our top three. Driver of the day, as I say, Kemmons for me today was the standout driver. Scotty as well had a fantastic race, and Lycorius, Junkie Emperor, obviously a great shout with a strategy, the same as Kemmons. So yeah, but that's it. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, and to all of you and to everybody that watches the stream back. And if you've watched both streams tonight, then you're just awesome and incredible, and I love you. So thank you very much. I will be back for streaming on Tuesday for WAOF1. So please come and support that one. Great league, as everybody knows, and the racing will be superb. So please come and support that stream. I race Monday nights. Unfortunately, at the moment, my internet's not such that I feel comfortable streaming while I'm racing. But once I can get to fibre, I'll probably look to do that as well, just so there's more streams. But yeah, there you go. Thanks very much, guys. Good night. God bless. Enjoy what is left of your weekends, and have a safe week at work if that's what you're up to. Bye-bye.